That certainly was a marvelous half of soccer, I thought.
Beautiful half indeed. Wonderful play from both sides.
And I said, we will go on television and fail. Then they will blame soccer. I got outvoted.
The Cosmos would be the cornerstone of ABC's coverage. With the team's success under Canalia's hand-picked coach Fermani, and without the guidance of Clive Toye, Cosmos' brash leading scorer began calling the shots.
When Giorgio said, give me an office, I know how to put together this team better than you, everybody said okay, because they didn't know what to do.
For all intents and purposes, Giorgio ran a shadow government on the Cosmos. He was the man behind the curtain.
In 1979, the team matched its own league record of 24 wins and 6 losses. They would again be pushed to the brink of elimination in the conference finals, this time by upstart Vancouver. Just like the year before, it would come down to a beat-the-clock shootout.
The Cosmos have one final chance to tie the shootout. Reyes' shot is in. It's in. But it's too late. The goal does not count. The 5 seconds is up. The Cosmos' reign is over.
Time ran out for the Cosmos. Little did they know, the clock was also ticking down on the league. After just 1 year, ABC had seen enough.
We did everything possible to try to make it work, and unfortunately, we had a 2.7 rating in 1979, and roughly that was about, on average, 2 million American homes.
Television was handled very poorly by ABC and certainly by the league itself.
Nobody wanted to watch it on TV. Absolutely nobody.
I can remember playing a very important game, nationally televised, at 12 o'clock in the middle of July, and then they wondered why the ratings weren't there.
Unnecessary to say it failed. Soccer failed. It didn't have to.
League attendance would peak in 1980. New York would win its 3rd title in 4 years. But without a network television deal, the dream of soccer as a national sport was all but gone.
1980 came, and Quinalia started to mingle with things. And I didn't want to put up with it. I resigned.
Ultimately, Giorgio became the president of the New York Cosmos.
He wasn't loyal to us. He wasn't loyal to the game. He was loyal to himself.
Just because you are a carpenter doesn't mean that you are an architect.
Giorgio, I would say, was almost single-handedly responsible for the death of the Cosmos.
He didn't run into the ground, was running into the ground before that, you know.
I heard that Giorgio started to pay high salaries to his friends. And I heard that he run the losses of the team in the millions of dollars. High millions.
No, we're talking about million. No, I don't think so.
You don't believe that, do you? That Giorgio Canaglia ran the Cosmos? I can tell you, when I was there from 1970 to 81, Giorgio Canaglia didn't run anything, you know?
That's how we got rid of him, too.
Maybe he fired me and I didn't even know it. Wait a minute, maybe, you know? Does everybody substantiate all of these nonsensical quotes of his?
He didn't like the Cosmos. I know that because it's a very simple reason. Because Steve loved the Cosmos and he was getting involved. And he thought that was distracting Steve from other major issues of the company.
Now, this is going to shock you and maybe the whole audience. I'm closer to Steve than maybe even Giorgio. And I'm not sure about Pepe. Was that his name, Pinton? But maybe even Pepe Pinton.
Pepe Pinton would become vice president. The Cosmos won their 5th soccer bowl in 1982 as the league began to collapse.
Every time you would walk into the North American Soccer League headquarters, this guy would be there with his head in his hand and saying, does somebody want to buy Seattle? Does somebody want to buy Los Angeles?
The Cosmos, because they attracted all these great players, were the best thing that happened to the league, but in another sense, they were the worst thing that happened to the league because they scared other owners as to where the cost of operating were soaring.
They just wanted to win things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the aftermath of that was complete devastation.
Cosmos, good afternoon.
But the Cosmos' bloated budget was only part of the equation.
Now it's Pac-Man's turn to get eaten up.
Atari, once the fastest-growing business in American history, came crashing down under Warner Communications, nearly crippling Ross's empire.
For investors in Warner, Zonk, a one-day paper loss of around $1 billion.
Steve Ross had doled out millions to make his dream team, but in the end, he was left with a tsunami of red ink that he couldn't ignore, especially when other parts of Warner were hemorrhaging.
When hard times hit, you have to start cutting fat.
Steve Ross would seize one final unexpected opportunity to give soccer a permanent foothold in America.
The World Cup for 1986 had been awarded to Colombia, and in 1982 the word was out that Colombia were going to withdraw and that other countries would have an opportunity to stage it.
Steve Ross, unbelievable. He was like a kid. It was very exciting to bring the World Cup in the United States. They made a plan.
He would call on all his soccer connections to win the bid.
Steve Ross was working everywhere on our behalf. You know, he was a fanatic. And when we actually went over there, Steve came with us to make the presentation.
In May 1983, FIFA, global football's governing body, awarded the '86 World Cup to Mexico.
Why they give again to Mexico, not to the United States? And then I say all the time, FIFA that time killed the best market in the world that time. And then Steve Ross, I remember like today, he said, finish.
In 1984, the team was dissolved. The league disbanded within months.
It started out as a circus, became a 3-ring circus, became a 10-ring circus, and then the tent collapsed.
In effect, mainstream professional soccer here is dead.
At the end, everybody sort of jumped off board for whatever reason or another. The league folded, we sold some of the players retired, some of the players did not play anymore. So I was left pretty much with the ship all by myself, and I went down with the ship. Because I went down with the ship, I'm still there with the ship. In other words, I am underwater with the ship.
Really? What ship? Is there a ship now that's sailing on the Cosmos name?
The Cosmos ship, what is that?
Pepe Pinton was never a big player. Pepe Pinton was, you know, he may have been a big player in the pizza parlor, but he was never a big player with the Cosmos. Trust me.
He took the name, rightly so, because he worked for the Cosmos. He worked for Warner's, which was good. I think he deserved it, he wanted it, and God bless him, take it.
Have you seen the Cosmos play lately? Oh, either have I. So Pepe owns, what we're saying is, let's be very clear. Pepe owns the Cosmos. The Cosmos own nothing today. So Pepe owns nothing.
Him, like many others, thought they were the Cosmos. The Cosmos belongs to everyone, the players, the executives, the managers, you know, the fans. That's what made this whole thing so beautiful.